My first time tripping acid. Let's fucking get into it. What's up, you guys? My name's Nicole Pludre, and I love to talk about drugs, addiction, recovery, and so much more. I'm also a person in long-term recovery. I'll be celebrating 9 years sober this July. I'm going to share with you guys today my first time tripping acid and why, after that one time, I never tripped acid again. So let me set the scene for you. It was the year 2008 in Hot Springs, Arkansas, and I was in a trailer where my friend Nate was manufacturing methamphetamine. And I had been up for about 3 or 4 days. See, my job at the trailer house was to watch the cameras and tell Nate if anybody that was pulling up, like the cops or somebody that wasn't supposed to be driving into the driveway, I was supposed to let him know before they got all the way up the driveway, because it was a little ways up the driveway. So I sat there and I shot meth, smoked meth, and did hot rails for 4 days straight watching that motherfucking camera. So you can imagine I'm not in the best of mental spirits. We were hanging out and we were getting a batch scraped off the Pyrex, and these 2 gay guys showed up that were coming to pick up some dope. And they were like, hey, we got some fucking acid on sweet tarts. Do you want to try it? Do you want to do it with us? I had never tripped acid before. Let me say this. I should have never taken acid after being up for 4 days straight on methamphetamine. That was where I made the fucking mistake. But you know me, y'all, I got to go out with a bang. I've got to do it. I've got to do everything. I can't say no. So I took the sweet tart, put it on my tongue, and let it dissolve, and then swallowed it down. About 45 minutes later, that trip started to come up over me, and I started to get this really fearful feeling. A feeling that my friend Tammy and my friend Nate were talking bad about me, that they were plotting against me, all kinds of shit. Well, in the middle of my thoughts of them plotting on me, they decided that they wanted to go to Walmart. So they're like, come on, girl, let's go. We're going to Walmart. It's fucking 3 a.m. We get to Walmart and I walk in, and those fucking lights, dude, I don't know what happened, but it spooked the fuck out of me. So I said, I'm not going in. And I turned around, walked out, and went and laid in the floorboard of the Jeep. I swear to God, it took them forever to come out of that Walmart. But when they finally did, we got home, and I was like, listen, dude, I'm just going to lay down because I'm not feeling good, right? Well, laying down didn't do shit. And my thoughts and my fears only started getting worse and worse and worse. So that's when I decided to get in my car and drive to my mom and dad's house at 6 o'clock in the morning. Halfway to my parents' house, I blacked out. Thank God there was a Valero gas station on the right-hand side that I swerved into, threw my car into park, and fell out of my vehicle hyperventilating. I ran into the gas station and fell behind the cash register, screaming, please help me, I can't breathe, call 911. And they did. The ambulance came, they gave me some oxygen, and I refused to go with them. So I got back in my car and drove to my mom's house. When my mother got home, I had let myself in, and she found me on the carpet looking for meth. I was surfing through the carpet with a comb, thinking I had left meth there and dropped it all over the carpet. I don't know. My mother tells me this story. She says, I said, Nicole, what are you doing? And you were like, oh, Mom, I'm just getting my stuff. And she goes, that's when I knew you needed help, because you thought what you were doing was normal. And so my mom put me in her car, took me to the emergency room. And for about 8 hours, I laid in that emergency room bed. They gave me Valium. They hooked me up to fluids, and they just monitored me, because I was severely dehydrated and basically experiencing polypharmacy. I had taken so many drugs on top of the acid. I had taken meth. I had taken Oxycontin the day before. I had done a couple Xanaxes after I took the acid, thinking it would help me come down. And so it was really freaking scary because I felt like I wasn't safe. I felt like my mind was against me. And that's the worst feeling to feel. Your own mind, you don't have control over it. And that was my experience tripping acid for the first time, and why I never, ever did it again. Like I said in the beginning of this video, it was because I had mixed so many other drugs, and I had been up for about 4 days. Don't ever do that with acid. If you're going to try acid, you're supposed to be in a good headspace. You're supposed to not be on any other drugs and a lot, and do something like that. But no, like I said, not me. I always had to take things to the next level. And that's how my addiction got so out of control, because I would do that with everything.